Monday is here in the NBA. It is November 29th. I have my favorite 5 bets coming your way. We got 3 player props, 1 spread pick, and 1 over-under pick. Yo, what's going on, everyone? This is Austin from Calling Our Shot. First off, I got to say thank you, guys. We hit 14,000 subscribers yesterday. We really appreciate all your guys' support. And in honor of that, we're doing our $14,000 subscriber parlay giveaway. I'll put it on the screen right now. Now, you see the payout, $14,000. If it hits, we're giving it all away to you guys, all of our subscribers. All you got to do is click that subscribe button, click the like button on this video, and then we'll pick the winners if it does cash. Now, last time we did the 13,000, that one got pretty close. A lot of those legs were close. You see 4 player performance doubles. We'll get into all of each of the legs later on in the video in case you're curious why we picked those ones. Now, also comment down below your favorite bet. Let's recap yesterday. And after a disappointing Saturday, hey, we bounced back with a winning day, 2-1 on the day. Eric Bledsoe, our only loss of the day. Can't really blame him. Reggie Jackson was in foul trouble all day long, so of course he's going to get a couple extra shots. He does go over, but we cashed with Cade Cunningham over in rebounds and assists. Not exactly how you draw it up, 11 rebounds, 2 assists. He cashes right at the end of the game, but hey, plus money winner. We will take it. And the last note, our Bucks -3. It was a no-sweat bet. I have been saying the Bucks are the Pacers kryptonite. Didn't have to worry about that. Now, the last note, our Monday Night Football best bets, Washington football team versus Seattle Seahawks. We have 1 player prop, 1 spread pick, and 1 same game parlay in that video. It will be linked down below. Go check it out. Now let's get into my favorite bets of the day. We're going to start with my best bet, Nikola Vucevic. I'm taking his over 16.5 points, -115 on DraftKings. I wish I wore my Vucevic shirt from the his Orlando Magic days, but I don't have it on now. Now, you've seen us take the opposite of this line several times this season, and we've cashed pretty frequently because Vucevic, he's been struggling. He's averaging 13.4 points per game on just about 14 shot attempts and only making 40% of his shots this season. He's been bad. By far the lowest shot, 40% is the lowest field goal percentage he's had all in his 11-year career, but I love this matchup and it's too good to pass up. Now, the Hornets, they will be without Mason Plumlee today. That meaning PJ Washington, he's sliding over to the center position and he will be starting there. Now, I love PJ Washington, but truthfully, I just don't think I know he's talented, but he just can't guard centers. And you look at this Hornets team in 2 games this season without Mason Plumlee, they gave up 25 points to Karl Anthony Towns, and then another 33 to Christian Wood this most recent game. And here comes Vucevic, his bad shooting splits and all, and I think he gets it done. In his 2 games as a Chicago Bull versus the Hornets, he's had 29 and 18 points, but stretching it out even further towards his Orlando Magic days, he's cashed this over in 7 straight games versus the Charlotte Hornets. And sure, you can look at the Bulls, they got several mouths to feed in Zach LaVine, DeMar DeRozan, even Lonzo Ball, who's got a revenge game, not even revenge game, but a game against his younger brother LaMelo. I still like it. I think Vucevic gets it done, over 16.5 points. Should rebound the ball pretty well if you want to take his double-double prop, although that's pretty juiced at like -180 to -270 depending on the book, but still I think he gets a good chance, and I think he gets it done. As long as he gets his normal 12, 13 to 17 shots, I think he'll get it done tonight. The Bulls will recognize this is their big offensive advantage. They'll go to Vucevic tonight pretty frequently. So moving on into some spreads and over-unders, we're going to start with one that is familiar to the program. Thunder team total under 107.5 points, -115 on BetMGM. Now, this is too many points. 107.5, absolutely not. I don't care if they're playing the Houston Rockets or a middle school basketball team. I'll be taking the under, and it's my catchphrase. People have been stealing it left and right in the industry, and I appreciate it, showing your homage. You can't spell thunder without the word under, and the Thunder have been terrible this season. Now, they are on the road taking on the hottest team in the NBA, the Houston Rockets, who are 3-16 overall. Won 2 straight games, so shout out to them. They're really killing it. But watch out, NBA. The Rockets are on the come up now on the road. Now here we got the Thunder. They're traveling on the road to Houston, and on the road this season, just averaging 95.9 points per game, shooting 38.9% from the field. And for a sample size, and luckily we have a sample size for this game, they played on October 22nd, and the Thunder traveled to Houston. Yeah, they gave you 91 points. Very great job. Now, they also played at home for the Thunder. Yeah, they only put up 101 points that game. Now, if I'm going to jinx this play, it is with what I'm about to say. In 19 games this season, the Thunder have only gone over twice. And that was both of those games actually on the road, surprisingly, against, I believe, the Lakers and I forget the other team that they went over, but regardless, only 10.5% of the time, and that includes going under in 9 straight games. So maybe they're due, maybe it happens against the Rockets, but still, you look at the Thunder, they're 15th fastest or slowest team in the NBA in terms of pace. The Rockets do tend to play pretty fast, but they normally kind of match up with teams that they play against, and I don't see the Thunder moving with a ton of speed today. The Rockets have also allowed their opponent to hit their line in the last 2 games, but those are teams like the Hornets and the Bulls who have much more offensive firepower than that of the Oklahoma City Thunder. I don't trust the numbers. I'm going to ride with OKC, team total under. You can't spell under without the word Thunder. Regardless, you get what I mean. We're taking the Thunder team total under 107.5 points. Moving on to my last spread pick of the day. Then we get into 2 player props, and we'll talk about the parlay. Now, Heat, I'm taking their -7 versus the Nuggets, -112 on FanDuel. Now, this game, I normally avoid injury-concerned game. Now, yeah, Jimmy Butler, we don't know if he's going to play. I believe his issue is a back injury. Same for Tyler Hero. His is an illness. And then you got Nikola Jokic, who's a wrist injury. I have no idea who's going to be playing, but I don't think it matters, and that's why I'm taking the Heat -7. Now, this line could change in our favor or against us, but I'm going to take the Heat because they're at home today, and this is Miami Heat's basically the NBA Finals before the NBA Finals, because we all know what happened the last time these two teams played earlier in November. You saw Nikola Jokic and Markieff Morris get into it, leading to Nikola Jokic being suspended for 1 game. Markieff Morris hasn't played in a game since then because of a neck injury, and all in all, the Heat have to win this game. They have to do it in front of their home crowd in a dominating fashion. Now, if Jokic is out, even a bigger win for us. The Nuggets, I think, have lost like 6 straight games without Jokic. They've been terrible. And you still look at the Heat, they're going to try extra hard regardless of who's out there. Bam Adebayo should be healthy and out there. Kyle Lowry, same thing. And that's enough to get it done at home. Now, you look at the Heat, they are 6-1 against the spread at home this season, the best in the NBA. And the Nuggets, they're 2-6 against the spread on the road this season, 4th worst in the NBA. Now, despite the injury concerns, I do believe the Miami Heat step up and play pretty well today because of how big of a game this is. They got to show up in front of their home crowd. And I wouldn't be surprised to see Jokic sit this one out. They don't play again until Wednesday against the Magic. And if he sets out that game, they don't play again until Saturday. So they got almost a week to play, and they only got 2 games that they would sit him out for. No reason to rush Jokic back, especially in this big matchup. You never know what could happen. So we'll take the Heat -7. You can take it -7.5, -8. We'll see what the line movement shows throughout the day. Now let's get into 2 player props. Both have the same number, but a different prop. We're taking Myles Turner, under 7.5 rebounds, +104 on FanDuel. If you ever give me plus money on a Myles Turner under in rebounds, I'm going to take it, and I'm going to take it with confidence. Now, they're taking on the Minnesota Timberwolves today, and so Myles Turner will be matched up against Karl Anthony Towns. Now, more on that matchup in a little bit, but on the whole this season, Myles Turner averaging 7.6 rebounds per game. We're right at this number, 7.5, and in 22 games so far this season, he's actually gone over in 12 of them. So he's only gone under in 10 of 22, and that's only 45.5% of the time. So not great, but let's get into some positive stats and why we like this bet today. Pacers on the road. Then Myles Turner only gone under. He's gone under this in 3 of his last 4 road games. And in those 3 road games that he went under, he didn't have more than 4 rebounds. So it was a no sweat bet. You didn't even have to consider him hitting the over. Most importantly, this matchup, like I talked about, against Karl Anthony Towns. In 7 career matchups against Cat, he's gone over this line just once, back in 2017. And in the last 5 games against Karl Anthony Towns, he's had 2, 6, 1, 3, and 2 rebounds, going under in 5 straight games. Turner, he's not only always liable for foul trouble, and Karl Anthony Towns can get that done, but also he stands out on the perimeter, chucking up 3-pointers. Myles Turner will be out there guarding him because Cat can make those guys. And I think we could see even lower rebounding numbers for Myles Turner. So +104 value on FanDuel. Can't pass it up, and I'll take it with confidence. Myles Turner, under 7.5 rebounds. Now, our last play of the day before we talk about the parlay, Robert Covington, Rocco, under 7.5 points. Like I said, 7.5 is the number today, -124 on FanDuel. Now, they're taking on the Utah Jazz, and Covington has played 20 games so far this season, and he's averaging 6.8 points per game. And so right below this number. Now, he's gone under this line in 12 of 20 games so far this season, so 60% of the time he's going under. But the biggest reason we're here is because of his home road splits, because Covington has played 10 games on the road and 10 games at home this season. So split down in the middle. And in those 10 home games, he's been decent, averaging 9.3 points per game and hitting the over in 7 of 10 home games. But on the road, he has not been good. 10 road games, he's averaging just 4.3 points per game. He's only hit the over just once in 10 road games. Now, that game he hit the over was actually their last game. He did score, I believe, 9 points on 11 shots. And that was the second most attempted shots he's had all season. The most he's ever had is 12. And bad thing for him, they're taking on the Utah Jazz, and they're on the road today. So Covington does majority of his damage from the 3-point line. The Jazz give up the second fewest threes per game to opposing teams, a little bit over 11. I believe the Wizards are still right below them. And that is shown in Covington's 3 games versus the Utah Jazz as a member of the Portland Trail Blazers. Yeah, he's only at this line just once. In that game, he scored just 8 points, so barely going over on the hook. Now, you look at it, Norm Powell will be without today, so that's not great, but I still do think we'll see more of Anthony Simons, Nasir Littles of the world. Those guys not afraid to shoot the ball. Covington's not going to attempt a ton of shots. And we're taking this under 7.5 points because I really have a lot of faith in him doing it on the road, especially their 8-point underdogs. The Blazers have been terrible on the road. This could always be a blowout game. You really never know. Now, let's get into my parlay, the $14,000 parlay. Appreciate you guys, like I said, for hitting 14,000 subscribers. We can't do it without you. But let's talk about it. We got 4 legs, all player performance doubles, which I wanted to make these all pretty valuable. And the first one we'll talk about is Christian Wood, 15 plus rebounds in a win. Now, he did that last game versus the Hornets, and he's had 14 plus rebounds in 2 straight games, both of the games against the Thunder so far this season. So all we're asking for is 1 more rebound, and you got the Rockets. They're on a heater. They're won 2 straight games, taking on the Thunder. You know I like their team total under. I think they get a chance. I think the last time these 2 teams played at Houston, they won by almost 30 points. I think it was 90 to 124. They blew them out. So I think they got a good chance today. Christian Wood, he's been rebounding the ball pretty well and playing a lot of minutes. I think he might have a good chance to get 15 plus rebounds in the win. So we'll ride with that as the first leg. Now, Vucevic, 25 plus points in a win. Now, you know it's my best bet of the day. The Hornets have not been good on the road. They were on the road in Chicago today, and I think Vucevic due for a big game today. He's had 25 plus points against the Hornets in the past. I think he has a chance to do it again today. The value is incredible, so I'll take it. And if it hits, it hits. That'd be awesome. A $14,000 parlay cash would be cool. Now, Rudy Gobert, 16 plus rebounds in the win. He's had 17 plus rebounds in 3 straight games versus the Blazers. His normal rebounding line, I believe, is 12.5, so you can take it if you want. I'll just have this as my Rudy Gobert line of the night, but I think Rudy Gobert's got a good chance. He has had 2 down games so far, or the past 2 against the Pelicans. That was against Jonas Valanciunas. I think he has a good chance against Jusuf Nurkic to get back in that rebounding column again tonight. We're riding with Rudy Gobert, 16 plus in a win. Now, Kristaps, double-double in a win. This is purely as a slap in the face to all the calling our shot community and everyone that bet his props. It's against the Cavaliers, and I do think the Mavs will win this game, as the Mavs they've really dominated this Cavs team in the past. But it's just that Kristaps will do this to us just solely because he hates us. I mean, we bet his prop last game. He absolutely stunk it up. So naturally, he'll come back with a 20-point, 10-rebound game and absolutely smash his PRA over. That's just because that's how gambling is, and I just have faith that that's going to happen. Now, those are the 4 legs. I like all 4 of them. If you want to play some straight, do whatever you want with them. But I'll just ride with this 14,000 parlay. Like I said, if it cashes, we're giving away all the winnings to people that are 1, subscribe to the channel, and 2, they like this video. It's that simple. It's completely free. We appreciate you guys for all showing your love. Monday Night Football Best Bets is on the screen. Go check it out if you want. I'll see you guys in the next one. Let's hope we have a good night in the NBA. Maybe we'll add some plays on Twitter, so make sure you're following us at Calling Our Shot everywhere on social media. We appreciate you guys. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.